Welcome. So we've successfully highlighted how to register on the Billionaires Advisor platform, how to view your portfolio on the Billionaires Advisor platform, how to view the billionaires themselves and trade alongside them, how to view inside the investment bank's portfolio and trade beside them, and we're now in the pension fund category. You will realize that there's a similarity with regards to the functionality of the platform. Once you understand how to maneuver the billionaires, the same apply across the board for investment banks and pension funds, etc. So there's no technical skill to learn. All it takes is just to maneuver the platform by simply clicking, reading, interpreting, and then click trade. So right now, we're going to highlight pension funds. Same principle apply. We start with the largest based on asset. Of course, you see 392 and 475. This is in Canadian. That's why this is 475. So let's start with Canadian pension plan, California retirement, New York State retirement, public sector pension investment board, New York State teachers retirement fund, the manufacturer life insurance, public employees, etc., Her Majesty the Queen, IBM, Rothschild, and Rockefeller. In this example, of course, I will highlight IBM, and I will also highlight Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board to get an idea how to trade and own the same stocks these large pension funds own, and you realize that their exposure to these stocks and ETF might be different than the billionaires themselves, and might be a little different than the investment banks themselves, because we're in the pension fund category. Now let's get started. CPP. CPP is Canadian Crown Corporation invest on behalf of board invest on behalf of 18 million Canadians. 18 million Canadian, okay? Canadians. Now their sector, 22% in tech, 16% in financial services, 13% real estate, consumer communication services. So it's a little different than how the billionaires themselves invest. The billionaires, you might see a larger percent in one sector. The banks, you might see a larger percent in one sector. Well, the pension, on the other hand, invests in different sectors, a mixed average out. Now, this is interesting. The stocks that they own, of course, Alibaba, MasterCard, Alphabet, Microsoft Corp, Nvidia, Facebook, Apple, JP Morgan, etc. And as you could see, what is it that Canadian Pension knows why they would put $3.4 billion inside Alibaba? Okay, that's their average bought price was $332. It's at $219. So that's a good discount right there. That's 5%, 5.89% drop from where they bought at. Okay. Now, what does this mean to you? The average buy price is a gauge for you to tell if you're getting it at a discount price compared to where the banks or the billionaires bought at. And for those who don't know who is Alibaba, you click on the logo, and of course it will give you DCF values. Then it's an internet retail company, and then you go to profile to understand more. Okay, so Alibaba provides online and mobile commerce business in the Republic of China and internationally. Okay, its core segment is cloud computing, digital media, entertainment, etc. So This, of course, you could use as a gauge to decide if you want to own shares in Alibaba. And then now you could do your further research, of course, to say, well, all right, why is it that this pension fund decided to put $3.4 billion inside Alibaba? Once you're comfortable based on one, your research, which is your DCF calculation, your beta, your market cap, etc., then you go now, and of course this will give you a chart perspective overview how it has performed on a 5-year horizon. It was at 80 something dollars, and then over time it comes all the way to 219, which is where it's at right now. So it gives you from 2017 till now how the stock has performed. So even though it's negative presently in their portfolio, it doesn't mean 5 years from now it will still be negative. Okay, so these are the things you have to look at. The market price presently, the holding value, and this is their biggest stock. Okay, you could also do a mixture. You could also pick some stocks in the billionaires portfolio, pick some stocks in the bank's portfolio, and pick some stocks in the pension fund portfolio, or ETFs, of course. And you also have ETF that's exposed to bonds. All right, so you could do ETFs in equity, in commodity, in bond. You could do anything. Okay, so that's one example how to use Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board. As you could see, IBM Retirement Fund. With the IBM Retirement Fund, they're heavily invested in technology, financial services, and industrial stocks, and healthcare. You'll realize that IBM has 40 billion US asset under management. Their largest holding is iShares TR Russell 2000. What is this actually? So you simply click on the logo, you click on profile, and it will break down what this is. It measures the performance of small cap stocks in the US equity, okay, market. So small cap means, basically cheap companies, or companies that it's not the name brands, okay. The fund invests 90% of its asset in security, in depository receipts representing security of the underlying index. In other words, this gives you exposure in equity and in different securities, asset class. Now, the portfolio holding, of course, is 201 million US, 11% of their portfolio, and their bought price is 196. So whereas IBM number one holding is different than Canadian Pension. They have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Tesla, Google, Berkshire, Visa, Procter & Gamble Corp, etc. And this is how you use this now to your advantage by doing your research and your homework in each of the different categories, including ETFs. We haven't touched that yet. ETFs manager, pension manager, and you create your own unique portfolio. And once you've done that, the system will now manage your trades and alert you whenever there's any buy or sell within the stocks in your portfolio, which we're going to also highlight. So again, this demonstration, we've highlighted Canadian Pension Fund and IBM Pension Fund, how you could invest in the same stocks owned by these large pension fund managers. Thank you.